guys
sometimes.
say that they don't want, or that they forgot the condoms.
Well,
or,
that's why it's awesome that they made the female condom.
Yeah. Which the cool thing about female condom is it's made of polyurethane too, which sometimes male condoms are made of polyurethane, but what it does is it really allows heat to transmit from one partner to the other. So when people say, oh, I just couldn't feel anything, then you can say, well, try polyurethane, you'll feel a lot more. So,
and the nice thing about the female condom too is that guys who say that they're too big for condoms,
not gonna be too big for this guy.
Uh-huh.
And it gives control back to the women.
Exactly.
So if he says, I don't have a condom, you can use it.
well, I do.
Yeah. So the way that it works is there's a ring in the female condom, just like kind of with the new ring, except this one doesn't have any hormones, so you couldn't use them interchangeably. But what you want to do is just pinch it into a figure 8, and then you would insert it into the vagina and just push it all the way in, and then make sure that this outer part covers a little bit more of the vulva.
Right.
So the cool thing about that is sometimes this ring will rest up against the clitoris.
That's what I've
It
heard.
can cause some extra stimulation.
Just like having a condom on can actually allow a guy's erection to last longer.
Exactly.
So there
And-
are sexual benefits.
There are. And, you know, like we kind of have talked about in the past, condoms prevent against not only pregnancy, but also against sexually transmitted infections,
Exactly.
which is so important.
Exactly.
And this guy will even cover a little bit more of the vulva area in case, you know, the skin-to-skin transmission STIs, you're going to get a little bit more protection.
Right.
Yeah. Like
And
you said,
speaking-
one of the downfalls of just using birth control is that it doesn't cover you in the instance of STIs. Condoms, however, do help you protect you on that.
Right, and just like, you know, we talk to people about being safe when they have intercourse. You know, I talk to so many people who think oral sex is safe sex.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not necessarily. Like, people look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them to use a condom during oral sex. And I'm like, no, that's what flavored condoms are for,
Yeah.
you know?
But you never want to use the flavored condoms
Right.
for vaginal or anal sex.
Right, because
Or
it can be
flavored lube.
irritating.
Yeah, can cause some breakdown of condoms too.
Right. But, you know, a flavored condom for oral sex on a penis, a dental dam for oral sex on a vagina or an anus. A dental dam, you know, is that like thin piece of latex that
Right.
you just place over the vulva or over the anus
Yes.
during oral sex. Super stretchy, super thin, you know, it's flavored. It can
And
be
you can
fun.
mix and match your lube. and-
Exactly. You know, if you want to use some pina colada and some strawberry lube, that could be yummy.
What about other things that you can kind of buy over the counter? I mean, condoms, you know, they can be easy to get, but sometimes people just are really adverse to using them and just don't want to. What else?
I always think of that episode of
Seinfeld
Seinfeld.
episode, yeah. There was this back when the sponge was going off the market. Elaine from Seinfeld was running all over New York looking for the sponge because pharmacies weren't selling them anymore, and so she was grabbing up the entire stock in New York City, and then she was interviewing her sexual partners to see who was sponge worthy because she didn't want to use it on just any old Joe.
Wait, but I just saw this sponge at the pharmacy the other day. What do you mean it went off the market?
They just started
The
remarketing it and
FDA
reselling
took them
it.
off the market and now it's back on, and this is what it looks like. It's just a little sponge-like thing. You can insert it several hours before intercourse, which is kind of nice because then you don't have to interrupt
Yeah,
you know,
ruin
the
mood.
moment.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just get it wet with a little water and insert it, and it kind of blocks off the entrance or the end of the cervix so that sperm can't get through, and there you go. So, but this wouldn't protect against STIs either.
Yeah.
So, gosh, you know, the question I always get though is, what is the best method of birth control to use? What's the
Right.
most effective?
And the most effective, the one that's 100% guaranteed, of course, is abstinence, you know, which would mean not having any kind of sex at all. And if there's no sperm, there's no egg, there's nothing coming in contact, you're not gonna get pregnant and you're not gonna get STIs. But again, if you're abstaining to prevent pregnancy and STIs, again, really important to understand them, that means abstaining from oral sex as well.
And anal.
And anal, exactly. Because you can't get pregnant from anal or oral sex, but you certainly can get
Get
an
STIs.
STI.
I am so excited about this presentation. I just love talking
I
about
know.
birth
Me
control.
too.
I know, so do I.
My
It's
favorite
a lot
topic.
of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Easily.
Yep.